Good morning. I'm Mindy. This is Restorative Yoga. Today we're doing something a little bit different. I'm here at home in our basement, a nice quiet spot kind of removed from everybody in our house. Restorative Yoga is one of my favorites because it's a time where you allow yourself to slow down. Mentally and physically, we need this time to just breathe now more than ever. So it's very different than what you're used to with me in the flow, and that it's very grounding. You notice I've got a blanket here I'm laying on, and I have my yoga mat beneath me. You can still be on a yoga mat, but you could be on your carpet, in your bedroom, in your living room, wherever it's just nice and comfortable for you. Today we're going to really work on stretching and just finding some softening in our body, because as you know, when we find stress and tightness and tension, we tend to let it creep up into our shoulders, into our necks and our jaw, and we feel this tightness, and then that will cause headaches and just pressure that we don't need. And the intention, the purpose here is just to soften and relax through the shoulders. Let the heart relax. The natural state of the heart is to be relaxed, so we're going to let it today. We're going to work through our hips, another area where we tend to hold physical and emotional tension. So let's go ahead and begin on our backs. So just go ahead and lay all the way down. Once you're down, take a nice big deep inhale. Stretch your entire body. Bring your big toes to touch. Feel yourself lengthening. Inhale. And through the mouth, exhale, relax and soften. Good. Take another inhale just like that. Point your toes, stretch and flex everything with all your might. Wrap your outer ribs in and down. Full body stretch. Inhale. And exhale with a sigh. All right, let's go ahead and bend our knees. And then bring our thighs into our chest. Wrap your arms tightly around shins. And rock softly side to side. Massaging through our lower back, the spine, the sacrum. Areas that like to get tight, especially if we're doing more sitting than we're used to. I know for me, I'm going on more walks than I have ever gone on, and I feel like a little bit of compression in my low back. And so this is a nice way to let that go. So then from here, go ahead and place your feet on the mat. Let your knees flop open nice and wide. Begin softening, relaxing through the hips in this butterfly pose. Soles of the feet are glued together. Knees are gently open. Bring your arms either alongside your body with your palms up, hand to heart or belly. Or you may even bring your arms up and alongside your ears, reaching for opposite forearms if you want that relaxation in the shoulders. All those options are perfect. Then what I want you to do from here, close down your eyes. Let your shoulders completely and totally soften. Your jaw, the thinking lines in the forehead, just let all that soften, relax. And then think about the hips. Just let the hips go, the knees gently open. Trusting in your earth to support you so you can go completely heavy. Keep your eyes closed through the entirety of this practice. With our eyes closed, we're better able to disconnect from the external. With our eyes closed, we're better able to see more clearly within. To feel more, to think less. And after all this practice, it's all about body awareness. We give ourselves this time to quiet the busyness of the minds And the body, it takes those cues from the mind. When the mind is racing and hectic, the body tenses up and it plays on that. But when we can learn to calm and soothe the mind, the body, it follows suit in that regard, in that the body completely softens. Then when the muscles are relatively relaxed, stress will also dissolve. When we release the stress, it will transfer to the deepest connective tissues, those deepest layers. That's why after a practice such as this, upon completion of it, it almost feels like you had a massage, even though there was no physical touch. Allow the breath to fill up. Allow your inhale to become more expansive, noticing how it can fill up through your diaphragm, your ribs, your chest, inflating the space in and around your heart. And as you exhale with your lips sealed together, just notice how your body can soften and relax even more. Continue breathing in and out through your nose, listening for the soothing melody of the exhale breath paired with the inhale, almost like the sound of the ocean. And in a meditative state, I even visualize that of the ocean. The waves lifting and then coming into the beach. That ripple, the pattern. And then I let my breath copy that pattern of the wave of the ocean. Take 3 more breaths as you are here. One more inhale. And exhale. On the next inhale, start to slide your legs both straight. Reach your arms up and alongside your ears. Take again another full body stretch. Inhale. Good, and exhale. From here, let's walk our feet all the way over to the right. And then take your left foot and cross it over the right. And then with your upper body, arc your upper body over to the right as well. You can interlace your left hand inside of your right hand if you'd like. Then just let your neck relax and soften. So if someone were to look at you from the ceiling, you would look like in the shape of a crescent moon or a banana. It's actually called Banana Asana. Feel that beautiful deep stretch in the outer left body line. Let your left shoulder relax. With your eyes closed, focus on breathing length, space, into the perimeter of your left side body. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Nice job. And then softly uncross the legs and then walk your feet back into center. And then the upper body, lengthen the body out. Take your toes into a pointed position, full body stretch, inhale. And then exhale, start to walk your feet over to the left. As far to the left as you can go. Pick up your right foot, cross it over the left. And then arc your upper body over to the left as well. Now you can take your right hand into the palm of your left hand. So essentially your left hand is pulling your right hand, so you can deepen, you can intensify the stretch of the side body. And then just like that side one, focus and think about breathing space, length into the right side body. Take 3 more breaths as you are here. Nice, and after your 3rd breath, go ahead and uncross the legs and walk your legs back to the center line. Copying that with the upper body, full body stretch, inhale. And through the mouth we sigh, exhale. Go ahead and bend your knees both. Place the soles of your feet on the mat. Lift your hips just enough to level out your low back, your sacrum to the mat. And then bring your left thigh into your chest. Squeeze and hold your left thigh in. Let your right leg once again extend out long. Squeeze and pull the left thigh in. You can even massage through the foot here, rolling through the ankle. Noticing the direction you're going in, pause and go the other way. Good, and then from here, we'll go ahead and flex the left foot. Guide your left knee over towards your left shoulder, towards your armpit. You're gonna feel a deep stretch here in your left inner thigh, your groin. Take a couple breaths, intentionally breathing into that inner thigh. Inhale. Good, and exhale. Now with the right hand, guide your left knee over and across the body. We're going to come into a spinal twist. So roll to the outer right edge of your body line. Take your left arm and stretch it out to a T. And take your gaze towards your left thumb. Once you find it, you'll feel your chin over the shoulder. Then once again, close down your eyes. Keep your right hand just gently resting on the outer part of your left thigh, just above the knee. And then breathe deeply, especially in a twisted position. Let the breath originate from the belly. Fill up and notice the expansiveness into the ribs, all the way up into the chest, the shoulders. And then with the lips sealed, as you exhale in reverse order, just feel yourself softening, surrendering in the shoulders, the rib space, into the belly. So as you know, life is full of opposing pairs. You've got sweet and savory. You've got soft and hard. All these pairs, they work together. And that is where the practice of yin and yang come in. The yin is the softening, the slowing down. The yang is the more fiery, the more physical, the more the going. So there's stress and there's ease. There's high intensity, there's low intensity. So that's why a practice like this becomes so important. This yin portion of this class is to balance the yang, the fire, the constant going that we like to do in life. And especially in these times where there's so much uncertainty, and with that uncertainty comes stress. So allow yourself to let go here. Tune into the yin, the softening, the surrendering portion, that balance that we seek. And then from here, we're slowly going to bring our left knee back into the chest. You can bend your right knee again and stamp through the right foot so you can square off your hips. Hug and squeeze your left thigh into the chest. Flex the foot and then extend your leg way up to the sky. Kick up through the heel. Your toes are pointing towards your forehead. Good. You can keep your right knee bent, or you can extend your leg long again. If it's too much for the hip flexor, the right hip flexor for the leg to be extended, go ahead and rebend it again. Now from here, inhale, exhale, walk your hands up just a little bit more up the legs, splay your elbows out wide and get a nice stretch here in the hamstring. Your knee can be bent to any degree depending on how tight the hamstring is. So with your eyes closed, shoulders nice and relaxed, envision breathing up from the base of your tailbone here all the way up through your hamstring into the calf, into the heel. And as you exhale, just envision the exhale floating off the tips of your toes into your shin, over the knee, into the thigh, rooting into the hip. And then just think of the breath as that circular mandala, that pattern. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale to soften. Take 3 more breaths here. And after your 3rd breath, take your hands and walk them all the way up the leg, this time like you're climbing a rope. Curl your forehead in towards your knee. Again, elbows splay out wide. Draw your navel down towards the mat so your core is engaged, back is protected. Just think about rounding through the spine, stretching through the neck. Take another full inhale as you are here. Good, and then exhale, walk your hands down the leg, rebend your left knee. Now bring your right thigh in to join. Squeeze and hug both thighs into the chest. Option to curl your forehead into the knees both. Inhale. And exhale, melt your shoulders and your head to the mat. Place your left foot flat to the mat. Interlace your hands over your right shin and then slowly extend your left leg out nice and long. From here, hug and squeeze your right thigh into the chest, point the toes, and then again, with that option to massage through your right ankle. And then switch and go the other way. Great. And then from here, let's go ahead and flex to the foot. Take your right knee over towards your right shoulder, toward your right armpit, keeping the foot flexed. Again, focus on feeling the stretch in your inner thigh and your groin. Hold here for a few breaths. And then from here with your left hand, take your left hand and guide your right knee over and across the body. Again, scooching a little bit so you're on your left outer body line. Draw your right knee over and across the body. And then stretch and extend your right arm up to a T. Draw your shoulder over, or your chin that is, your chin over your right shoulder. Close down your eyes. Think about softening again through your shoulders, your upper body. And then again, focus on the depth of the breath. Perhaps noticing the 3-part breath into the belly, into the ribs, into the chest. And then exhaling to soften. Take 3 more breaths here. And after your 3rd breath, slowly come back to your back. Bring your thigh back into your chest, squaring off your hips and your shoulders. From here, you can even stamp through your left foot to make sure your hips, your sacrum are flat to the mat. Option to keep your left knee bent or extend your left leg long. Flex your right foot and then send your right heel up to the sky. Lift it up as high as you can, and again, toes are pointing towards your forehead. Interlace your hands behind your hamstring. You can walk it up just a little bit higher if you'd like to intensify the stretch. And then from here, just like on the first side, envision your inhale starting at your tailbone, all the way up through the hamstring to lengthen into the calf, into the heel. Kicking your heel up a little bit higher energetically. And then as you exhale, just feel like the breath is floating down the toes into your shin, over the knee, into the thigh, and then rooting back into that hip socket. You should be able to hear the sound of the exhale breath. Feeling the vibration of the breath as it swirls on the back of your throat. It's that focus and commitment to the quality, duration, and length of the breath that is going to help keep us present, keep us grounded, preventing us from thinking ahead to the future or to the past. Staying right here, right now. Research has proved that this meditative style of practice, by just simply breathing, staying present, will actually help with our overall focus. It'll give us more energy. Lower our blood pressure. Help aid in our circulation. Help us manage our stress. And from here, now let's go ahead and slowly take our hands up the leg. Curl your forehead in towards your knees. Let those elbows splay out wide. Again, feel your navel drawing straight down towards your mat, or towards the ground here, to keep the core engaged, low back protected. Splay the elbows out nice and wide. Lift your chest a little higher. Hold here for 3 full cycles of breath. Go one more inhale. And then exhale, slowly walk your hands down the leg. Rebend your right knee. Bring your left thigh, your knee in to meet the right. Squeeze and pull in. Come into a little ball shape, forehead to knee. Curl in tightly. Inhale. Good. And exhale, melt your shoulders and your head to the mat. Roll to either your right or your left side. We're going to come all the way up to a seated position, just as a transition. From here in a seated position, I'd like you to take your arms out wide and reach them high to the sky. Inhale. And then exhale, turn your palms forward and then ground your hands towards the mat. Coming into the shape of a table. With your palms grounded down to the mat, spread your fingers wide. Shoulders are over your wrists, hips are over the knee. Inhale, lift through your heart. Pull your shoulders back, extend your chest forward. Good, and then exhale, curl round in. Tuck the chin, tuck your tail, lift your navel up towards your spine. Good, and then drop the belly, open up through the heart, lift the hips. Good, now exhale, curl round in. Now moving rhythmically with our breath, inhale, lift your hips and your heart, and exhale, curl to coil back in. Good, and inhale. And exhale. Take another full round just like this. And exhale. All right, so from here, inhale to a neutral spine to a flat back. Notice your hips are over your knees. I'd like you to keep them just as they are there. We're going to take our hands and walk our hands forward. Walk them as far forward as you can and then come to your forearms and to your elbows. Let your forehead, specifically your third eye, the place where your eyebrows connect, root down to the mat. Once your forehead is grounded, let your heart soften, relax closer to the mat. This pose is called melting heart pose. And let that action occur. Softening, relaxing of the chest, the heart. Such a wonderful way to help keep that natural curvature of your spine. It's very restorative for the chest, the upper back, the shoulders. Very soothing. Now as you come into this shape, again, recommit to the breath. Breathing fullness in the inhale, softening and surrendering on the exhale. And if you live in a tighter upper back, your shoulders are very tight, you might be starting to experience some tension, some tightness. If that's the case, you can make any adjustments as you need to, perhaps just kind of wiggling in, and use your breath to breathe into the areas you perceive you feel to be tight. The main element of this practice is to come into a shape and to find stillness in the shape and to breathe into the edge, that part to where you can feel the work actually happening. It's not to back out, to come completely out of it, because then you've lost the intent of finding the release. Stay in it and breathe into the areas that feel tight. And over time, your body will organically soften and surrender. The tension will dissolve. We're stretching more than just the muscles here. We're going deeper into the ligaments, the connective tissue, the tendons. You're doing great. We're almost done here with this pose. Take 3 more full deep breaths as you are here. And after your 3rd breath, gently press down through your palms. Lift your gaze to look right between your thumbs, and then just float your body all the way through, lowering your thighs and your hips down to the mat. Slide your hands forward to where your elbows are directly beneath your shoulders. Feet are flat to the mat. Pull your shoulders back, press your chest forward, and look straight ahead and a little bit down. Take 3 full breaths, envisioning that your heart is like a balloon. Fill it up and expand. And then exhale, soften. Continue this breath cycle. So good for nice, healthy back care right here. For spinal health, this Sphinx Pose. 1 more inhale. Nice job. Exhale, melt your forehead down to the mat. Slide your palms just beneath your shoulders. Lift only your upper body up, and then rock your hips back into the heels. Deep breath here, and exhale. Take 2 more breaths as you are here in Child's Pose. And then slowly return to a tabletop position. From here, slide your right knee just behind your right wrist. Then take your toes over to the left, and then extend your left leg straight back, coming into pigeon. Now I want you to work on squaring your hips evenly to the mat, or to the top of the mat, or straight ahead. So you're going to feel your right hip guiding back, your left hip going forward. Lift through your heart, inhale, then exhale. Take your gaze past your right shoulder, feel that nice twist. And this will encourage your left hip to guide forward. Your right outer thigh should be a parallel straight line, knee in alignment with your hip. And you need to adjust as you can, and then inhale, lift through your heart. And then exhale, forward fold. So forehead to the ground, or you can even grab a pillow and place your head on a pillow to make it a little bit more relaxing. And then allow your eyes to close and just be. Stay as you are. Notice how you can allow the hips to soften with every exhale that you take. Notice where your breath is starting, and then from there, where is it going and what is it doing? And soften. And again, just like when we were in the melting heart pose, if you start to feel some deep sensations in the hips, use your breath to soften those areas that feel tight. These longer holds are intentional, so we can go beyond just stretching through the muscles. We can get into those deeper layers, the connective tissues. And this work is what's permanent. When we go beyond just the muscle stretch, this is what makes us more flexible, more pliable, and less susceptible to injury. And let's take 3 more breaths here. Good, and then as you exhale, slide your palms back beneath your shoulders and press down through the palms again. Just lift only the upper body up. Take a deep, full inhale. Good, and then exhale, rock to the right hip. Bring your back left leg all the way forward. Then once your left leg is extended, slide your right foot from underneath your left leg and then cross right foot over the left leg. Bring your right heel high up on your left outer hip and thigh. Take your left hand like a little dance partner, wrap it tightly around your right knee. Ground your right palm behind you. Root down. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Lengthen through your spine. And then exhale, start to spiral the spine from the base all the way up. Take your gaze past your right shoulder. Draw the navel in and up, sitting up nice and tall. Stretching out through your right hip, thigh through the glute. And take 5 breaths starting now. Inhale. And exhale. One more inhale. And exhale, slowly release and take a baby counter twist to the other side. Good, and then from here, slowly come all the way up. Extend your right leg out nice and long. Bring the sole of your left foot inside of your right thigh, with the right leg extended. Square your heart along with your knee, your toes, left arm up, and then exhale, let's bow and fold over our right leg. Capture the outside edge of your shin, ankle, or foot with your left hand. Inhale, lengthen your spine quite a bit. Inhale, feel your right hip drawing back, feel your collarbones drawing forward, and then exhale, fold forward. Using your breath again as a tool to find more length as you inhale. And to exhale and soften. Take 3 more breaths here. One more inhale. And exhale. Tuck your chin around your spine, and together let's slowly roll it all the way up. Inhale. Exhale. Now lean all the way to the left. We're going to send our right leg this time all the way back. Setting up for pigeon on the second side. So your left knee is going to point straight ahead. Left thigh in a straight parallel line with the outer edge of your blanket, or if you're using one, or a mat. So essentially your knee is pointing straight ahead to keep our hips squared. A lot of times I see this where the knees are wonky and the hips are pointing off to one direction. We want the hips to go straight ahead so we can really open up through those hips. Press down through your palms. Inhale, lift through your heart. Inhale. Exhale, take that little twist here to encourage your right hip to draw forward, your left hip to draw back. And then from here, inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, fold in. Forehead to the earth, shoulders relaxed. Or again, you're welcome to use a pillow or a blanket to make it a little bit more comfortable, more restorative. Now let your shoulders relax, your hips soften, and let go. Mind is 100% focused on breath, on body. Nowhere else, just right here, right now.
Now go ahead and take 3 more breaths as you are. And after your 3rd breath, slide again your palms just beneath your shoulders, root down through the hands, and inhale, re-lift and lengthen your spine. Take a big breath into your open heart. And exhale, drop over to your left hip. Bring your right leg again all the way forward. Root down through your sits bones and then slide your left foot from underneath your right leg. Cross left over right. Bring your heel high up on your right outer hip and thigh. Right arm wraps around left knee. Left hand down, sit tall. Inhale. Exhale, start to twist, looking back past your left shoulder. Lift the navel in and up. Find your length as you inhale. And then from the base of that spine, you can deepen the twist. And the chin is the last thing that goes back. Breathe in. And breathe out. Let's go 5 breaths right here. One more inhale. And exhale, slowly release and take a counter stretch over to your right. Good, and then come forward. Extend your left leg out long into an angle. Bring your right foot, the sole of your foot, into your left inner thigh. Turn and square your shoulders, your heart, so it's in alignment with your knee and your toes. Inhale, right arm up to the sky. Exhale, bow over the extended left leg. Capture the outside of your shin, your calf, or your calf, your heel, or your foot. Inhale, press your collarbones forward, lengthen. And then exhale, soften the belly, then the heart towards the mat. Keep reaching forward with your nose, drawing a straight line forward. Feel your left hip grounding, sliding back as your chest keeps extending forward. Back into the hamstrings. Notice the movement of breath. Again, for me, with the mind's eye, I like to watch where the breath starts and where it goes and what does it do to keep me focused, to keep me present right here, right now. And in a practice like this, when your mind does drift off to future or past places, that's okay, that's normal, it happens. But as it does, that's where we train the mind to come right back in. Take another breath, recenter, reground. Nice job, everyone. Let's take another full inhale. And exhale. Slowly roll it all the way up. Nice job. Extend your right leg out long. Extend your left leg out long. Bring your arms both up and alongside your ears. Full breath in. And then exhale, round your spine. Slowly roll all the way down to your backs. Once you're down, just like the beginning of our class, reach your arms up and alongside your ears. And exhale, bend your knees and guide your left thigh, your right thigh into your chest. Rock gently side to side, massaging through your low back, your sacrum. Good, and then squaring off your shoulders, your hips. Place your feet flat to the mat, hip widths apart and parallel. Rock your knees to one side. And then to center, and then rock them to the other. Again, just massaging through the low back. And then just go side to side. Good. And then from here, once you're even both right and left, bring your knees back up to center. Again, toe heel your feet. So again, they're hip widths apart and parallel. Bring your hands alongside your body, palms down. Press through the feet, lift your hips. Slight tuck of the chin. Let your glutes be soft. It's a way to continue to open up to the front lines of the body. If you happen to have a yoga block at your house, or you can use really anything, you can prop it underneath your low back here for more of a supported bridge. I have a firmer pillow here that I could use to prop. I think this one might be actually too firm. There you go. And this, then you have just a little bit of an elevation here with a block. It's right there at the base of your spine, your sacrum. So your low back is protected. This is a lot gentler than a block. It doesn't give as much height, but it'll work. So just another option. Take a couple more breaths in your bridge. Good, and then exhale, slowly lower your hips back down to the mat. Bring your thighs, your knees back into the chest. Give yourself a big squeeze, big hug, forehead to knee, curl in. All right, so from here, for your Shavasana, the most important part of this practice, you may do traditional Shavasana with your arms alongside your body, legs extended, or what you should also maybe consider is legs up the wall. One of my favorite poses ever, something that I'm pretty sure my whole family does often because it is the ultimate in relaxation. So I will show you, if you're newer to legs up the wall, it's pretty much self-explanatory. So coming into it, you'll want to come up to a wall. I know this stone wall is not ideal, but it's what I have, so it'll work. Bring your right or your left hip right up to the base of the wall, and then swing your legs up, trying to get your sits bones up to the baseboard of the wall or the base of the wall, and then your legs straight up. So if you're tighter in your hamstrings, you'll want to scoot your bum away from the wall as much as you can. So we'll be here for exactly 4 more minutes. Wherever you are, if you're just staying flat to the earth in traditional Shavasana, stay there. Or again, legs at the wall, your hands can be alongside your body. Or again, arms up alongside your ears, hands reaching for opposite forearms. Close down your eyes and allow your shoulders, your jaw, the thinking lines in your forehead to soften. Breathe into the space in and around your heart. And then let your hips go completely soft. Let's take another full deep inhale and exhale. If you did legs up the wall, just slowly slide your feet down the wall, bringing your thighs back into the chest. Give yourself a big squeeze and then roll to either your right or your left side. If you were in traditional Shavasana, begin to bend your knees and roll to your side. Everyone coming into a fetal position. Taking a moment here to curl into yourself, into a relaxing little ball, if you will. This pose signifies a new beginning, a fresh start. So whether you're unwinding from a busy day or you're starting your day this week, just know perhaps maybe this is the beginning of just slowing down a little bit more. Taking more time out of your day to stop and to connect with the breath, to breathe. Find more peace, patience, focus, and calm in the mind and the body. And then using your top hand to lift you up slowly together, we'll come to a seated place with our legs crossed. Or we'll guide our palms together to our heart center and take in a full deep inhale. And as you exhale, bow your head to look gracefully within your heart. It is with gratitude from my heart to each of yours for coming together and sharing in this time. Namaste. Have a great day. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time. Bye.